Hello everyone and welcome to Forbidden God channel. Today we're going to talk about 5 budget deck I discovered on geodeck.com in the top ranked 16 of the last weekend tournament. If you like the video, don't forget to add a superlative thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of upcoming video release. Now let's talk about 5 budget deck I discovered on March 21st, 2023. Budget deck number 5. Name CR40K? Question mark. That player is ranked player number 3 for the number of win. 15 win on 18 match on last weekend tournament. Like you can see, the most played deck is Aggro War. 104 win, 95 lose, 52.3 percentage of win rate. The cost of the deck is the lowest cost I figured out in this beautiful week of March 2021, 2023, March 21, 2023. The cost of the deck, like you can see, is under $20, is $15.96. And if you take a look, is a good match, a good mix of Viking, Gal, Wild, wow, a good mix. So now let's see what we have inside of that wonderful budget deck that is ranked player number 3. Skulkin Valkyrie. Creature 1/3. Cost 1. After this creature take damage, a random friendly creature gain +1 strength. Skulkin Valkyrie is very popular card for Viking, but also for War deck, because the one strength is not limited to only Viking, is go to any creature. Trial Spirit. Creature 2/2. Cost 1. When enter the battlefield, give 1 health to a friendly creature. That is also a good card and good, powerful, and popular in this year budget deck also because it give 1 health to a friendly creature. So you can give 1 health to the Skulking Valkyrie, so more damage you can get, more strength you can give. Enduring Shield. Relic. 1 strength, 2 durability, costs 2 mana. After you attack with this relic, you give protected to your strongest creature without protected. Protected is protect the creature with protected for the first damage done on him, whatsoever the number of damage he got, just the first damage. So Enduring Shield for me is very powerful and useful for war deck, not costing a lot like you can see is inside of that budget deck, and is very useful because when you give front protected to one of your creature, if you have just one, and you put like second turn you have put the Enduring Shield, you just put the creature with Blitz, you attack with Enduring Shield, give protected to your Blitz, attack with the Blitz a big creature, and you can finish it, or just deal damage on it without kill your creature. Hero in Training. Creature 2/3. Cost 2. When into the battlefield, you give your relic +1 strength. That's a wonderful Viking. I found it very good and useful to have inside of a war deck because you give your relic 1 strength, not until next of turn, is until you have no more durability. Tavern Brawler. Creature 2/3. Cost 2. Blitz can attack an enemy creature when is entered the battlefield. Tavern Brawler for myself is very popular inside of War deck because it costs not a lot of money, but it's very useful for a Blitz creature that have 3 health and costs only 2 mana. So you can kill a 2/2 or a 1/2, or you can deal damage to a high health creature like a Marshwalker, by example. Woodcutter Imp. The most popular card inside of Winter Wonderland extension. For my side, when Woodcutter Imp I think was expensive, But if I look the price of the deck, $15, it looks like Woodcutter Imp is not that much expensive, and I think I will buy it as well because it's really useful. Because it's a creature that is a 3/3 first that costs only 2 mana. That's the first thing. Second is a God Blitz, can attack the enemy god or an enemy creature when it's entered the battlefield. The only bad side effect is after this creature attack, your god take damage equal to the damage dealt. So, for my opinion, for have a God Blitz that costs only 2 mana and is a 3/3 is very overpowered whatsoever you receive damage when it's attacking. Blade of Sticks, Relic, 3 attack, 2 durability, costs 3 mana. God Blitz can attack the enemy god right away or an enemy creature immediately. So the Blade of Sticks is really useful in a lot of war deck because it's got Blitz and the Relic. With the creature hero in training, you become having a relic that have 4 strength and 2 durability. Very powerful and useful because you can attack the god immediately or attack a creature immediately. The Chaos Adherent creature 3/4 cost 3 and power 1. You pay 1 mana more when you click at the top right corner of the card. You give, when it's entered the battlefield, 1 strength to each creature and 1 damage to them. So each creature is all creature on the board, including the enemy creature. The good news is deal 1 damage to them. Bad news is increase the strength, but the good is increase your strength of your creature. I use it most of the time with my armor deck because I use like strict conscript, skill applied at this one, or other creature that have a lot of armor, and I use Art of Bronze to increase the armor of my creature. So like this, I don't receive the damage of that guy. Or when I use Enrage as well. Raid Revealer, creature, 3/2, cost 3, protected. The first damage done on that creature is revoked. Another round, spell, cost 4, give a friendly creature +3/+3, and at the end of your turn, if you're frenzy, give a random creature in your hand +1/+1. Another round is my favorite boosting card in War deck because you give +3/+3 to one of your creatures on the board that you select. But the most interesting fact is when you use your Power Slayer, you pay 2 mana and deal 2 damage to your opponent god. When your opponent have a frontline, you use Slayer, you become Frenzy, and you boost a creature in your hand of +1/+1 each turn. So the enemy will try to kill the creature with another round on it very fast as it can. White Fur Guard, creature, 5/4, cost 4, frontline, empower 1. When you pay 1 mana more and you click at the top right corner of the card, you give protected to this creature. That's mean for 5 mana you have a frontline that have protected. Frontline. The enemy god needs to attack the frontline first before attacking any other creature that you have or your own god. When is protected, the first damage done on him is revoked. Arkish Illet. Creature. 3/5. Cost 5 mana. Blitz and Twin Strike. Blitz attack an enemy creature right away when enter the battlefield. Twin Strike can attack 2 times. So 2 times the same creature or 2 different creature. Can attack 1 time the enemy god. Cannot attack 2 times the enemy god with Twin Strike. That's the only thing I need to tell you is important. Overproof Brew. Spell. Cost 5 mana. Deal 1 damage to each creature and give +2 strength and protected to each of your friendly creature. That is very powerful because you deal damage to everyone, and after that you give 2 strength to your own creature and protects it. That means all your creature become protected for the first damage done on them, and that's very powerful. Soul Survivor spell cost 6. Give +3 strength to one of your creature, then deal strength as damage to each other creature. Soul Survivor is very popular this year also in a lot of war budget deck I mentioned to you this year because Soul Survivor, when you have one creature remaining on the board and you have a big number of creatures on the enemy side, you can wipe the board with increasing the strength of your creature and deal all its strength to all of the remaining creature, including yours. Be careful, is attacking your own creature as well. In the neutral card, we have Scuttle Uplight, creature, 1/2, cost 1, armor 1, have a damage reduction of 1. Vanguard Axewoman, creature, 2/2, cost 1, blitz, can attack an enemy creature right away when enter the battlefield. Those two is very popular inside a lot of war deck. Skeletal applied, I love it for my style, for myself, because the armor 1 I have a damage reduction of 1 and I have 1 mana cost only. It's very popular. I use with Deadly Arsenal to boost it with a cost 1 mana plus 2 strength and 1 health. So it become a 3/3 for 2 mana. Bronze Servant. Creature 3/3, cost 3. Remove 2 durability from your opponent relic when enter the battlefield. Bronze Servant is very useful in that deck to protect yourself versus versus enemy that have relic. Strict Conscript. Strict Conscript. Creature 4/2, cost 3, armor 1. Have a damage reduction of 1. Feral Shapeshifter. Creature 4/4. Cost 4. Ident for 1 turn. So for 1 turn cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. And when into the battlefield, deal 1 damage to an enemy creature. Zwart Basilic. Creature 4/4. Cost 4. When into the battlefield, you remove sleep from target friendly creature. And after that, you remove 2 durability from your opening relic. Sword Basilic is to help you to have a remove durability like Bronze Servant, because with those 2 you can remove 4 durability maximum. Gale Enforcer, creature, 3/5, cost 5, frontline, and armor 1. That creature protect your health and your creature on the board if the enemy doesn't have flank. And also, if doesn't use the Orfeo distraction to put it in Iden. No damage because you have damage reduction of 1, but it will be Iden. So in case the front line will be Iden. So not able to attack it. So in that beautiful budget deck, the creator have 203 match, 51.7% of win rates, but the overall is on 289 match, 52.2% of win rates. So for that budget deck is really interesting. It's not that high powerful, but it is very useful because it's really strongly, strongly good construct build. I found it is really good build because this deck is really powerful and aggro. You have the 1 mana to 5 mana, a lot of 1 to 5 mana, so you can survive very too easy. And with the 5 mana, you have some creature to distance yourself a lot, and you have you don't have boost creature, so I'm a little bit surprised because you have another round. So me in my head, I think I should put Deadly Arsenal instead of one other card inside of that deck to increase my boosting power So it's very good. Or maybe another round. So I will this deck I would maybe try to use it to try to have fun with it. I don't have Woodcutter Imp and two Guild Enforcer, but I have one Guild Enforcer, so maybe I will buy those and try the deck. And after that, I will try to modify it. But this deck I found is really powerful and interesting to play with it. So now let's see the budget deck number four. Budget deck number four, created by Erika. That player is also ranked player number 3. Like you can see the same number of win like the other player, 15 match on 18 match. 15 win on 18 match, sorry. Like you can see on that player, she have played only Magic, Aggro Magic, 49 win, 23 lose, 68.1 percentage of win rate. Like you can see that budget deck is pretty higher price, is under $200, is $179.05. Let's see what we have inside of that beautiful magic deck. Assistant Alchemist. Creature. 2/2. Cost 1. When enter the battlefield, you reduce by 1 the mana cost of a spell in your hand that costs 3 or less mana. Powerful because you reduce the cost of your spell. Dimension Door. Spell. Cost 1. Draw a card and reduce its mana cost by 1 if it costs less than your unlocked mana gem. So in case you reduce the cost by 1 if it costs less than your unlocked mana gem. If we look now, just right now, I'm just surprised. All the mana is 25 card in one mana card, two card in two, two card in three, and one card in five. Now you can see you don't have a lot of highest mana cost card. So let's see what we have inside of the deck to see you have a chance to survive. The magic deck is most of the time kill a person with this spell and some creature. Next card, the third one, Flying Carpet. Creature 3/1 costs 1 mana. When enter the battlefield, you pick one. This creature can ward. That's mean the first spell or ability is revoked on that creature, or you foresee one. You look the one card at the top of your card, and you select if you put it at the bottom of your deck when you click on it, or you don't click it and you keep it at the top of the deck. Ika's Enchantress. Creature 1/2. Cost 1. When enter the battlefield, you foresee 2 cards. That means you look 2 cards at the top of your deck, and you select which one you put at the bottom. The one you don't select it will re-put it back at the top of the deck. What else like with foresee and magic, you can select which card you draw next turn. Illuminate. Spell. Cost 1 mana. Pick one. Foresee one card. Or deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. That card is useful for deal 2 damage to an enemy creature that costs 1 mana. Levitate. Spell. Cost 1. Remove frontline and backline from target creature. Then you draw a card. Not bad. Last in the Death. Spell. Cost 1. Target creature. Remove a card in your deck with the same cost as that creature, and you draw a card. Target creature. Remove card in your deck with the same cost as that card creature, and you draw a card. Oh wow. Okay. So this card is for remove from the game your card and draw a card. Reject Dogma. Spell. Cost 1. Draw a card. Empower 1. Click at the top right corner of the card and pay 1 mana. Deal 2 damage and remove a card in your hand. It's fun. You can deal 2 damage. Seeing Stone. Spell. Cost 1. You foresee 1. You look at the top right corner of the card. Of your deck, sorry. And you click on it to put it at the bottom of your deck, or you don't click on it and you draw it because this card makes you draw after. Shadow Scryer. Creature. 1/1. Cost 1. Protected. The first damage done on that creature is revoked. Ward. The first spell or ability is cancel. At the start of your turn, you foresee 1. So all the time you start your turn, you look at the deck, the top first card of your deck, you put it at the bottom or you draw it. Next card. Spell Sight Seer. Creature. 2/2. Cost 1. When enter the battlefield, you foresee 1. You look at the top first card of your deck and you put it at the bottom or you draw it or keep it at the top. Warp Engineer. Creature. 1/3. Cost 2. When enter the battlefield, choose a card that costs no more than your total unlocked mana gem. Reduce its cost by 2. So in case Warp Engineer, I think is for searching like Divine Coronet. Like I see is the only creature that make you put a 9 mana cost creature on the board right away when you have 9 health. So I think this deck is all concentrated to draw a Divine Coronet, put it on the board 2 times, and have a very big beast faster. And with Warp Engineer, you reduce the cost of 2 mana, so it costs 3 mana. Awesome. Immaterialize. Spell. Cost 3. Divide the strength, health, and mana cost of a friendly creature in half, running up. Add a copy of it to your hand. Oh, it's fun! You put Divine Coronet in your hand again, and you have 2 9 mana cost right away. So that's evil, and you have to immaterialize, so you can put 2 times. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. Wait a minute. Half health, half strength. So in case 1 mana, 9, round up. So 9 will be 5. And gain 4, return to 9. Wow. Divine Coronet, immaterialize. Put it in my hand. Half, so it will be 3 mana. We put it for 3 mana. Another Divine Coronet. Return back to 9L. Bang! Would develop 9 mana cost creature. You select between 3 9 mana cost creature, and you select one of them. This creature you select is put on the battlefield right away. Powerful and useful, because when Divine Coronet have 9 health with Immaterialize, you put Divine Coronet in your hand with 4 health, and you re-put it back on for 3 mana, and return back to 9 health, and you do have another 9 mana cost, and now you just have 2 9 mana cost for so low cost. That deck is evil with Divine Coronet. In neutral side card, effectively, you have the only legendary card that costs a lot of money, I think so, but is really useful is Divine Coconut Coronet. The creature is a 1/1, costs 5 mana, cannot attack. When enter the battlefield, you gain 4 health. If this creature has 9 health or more, you draw up 9 mana creature and summon it. That means you select between 3 9 mana cost creature and you put it on the field, the one you select. If it has less than 9 health, you shuffle the Divine Coronet back in the deck until you redraw it again. So with a lot of 4C, you can redraw it several times. With Warp Engineer, you can go search it for it and reduce the costs. With Immaterialize, you can re-put Divine Coronet from the board in your hand 2 times. That costs 3 mana to have 2 Divine Coronet. The most important part is not the Divine Coronet you put 2 time, but it's more to put two 9 mana cost creature for 5 mana, or maybe 3 mana 2 time for in 6 mana turn. You have two divine coronet, you kill the board. In neutral card, you have also Unexpected Gift. A creature 2/2 that costs only 1 mana is a funny card that is useful to heal each god for 3, yourself and also the enemy god. Is not bad because when this creature dies, it shuffle the base copy of this creature into your opponent deck. So you just wish the opponent replay it another time later on. Vanguard Axewoman. Creature 2/2. Cost 1. Blitz. Can attack the enemy creature right away. Power. Clear Mind. Cost 1 mana. Force you 2. This is really useful for this deck because you want to have Divine Connect faster, as fast as you can. You force it to, you look at the top two card of your deck and you select which one you put at the bottom of your deck. The one you don't select it is put at the top back. Is put back at the top of the deck. The creator have 72 match, 68.1 percentage of win rates. The overall is on 322 match, 51.6 percentage of win rates. So for that, budget deck is a hard deck to play because it's all concentrated in Divine Coronet casting. But for having Divine Coronet is very useful for a civil mini deck. So in a case, it's not bad to buy Divine Coronet and maybe do that deck and play it. Me in my head, I think for a Magic deck is very hard to have a high mana, high health, but that deck seems very difficult because it's concentrated on Divine Coronet to put the 9 mana cost and Immaterialize to put two Divine Coronet or more because you have two Immaterialize. So you try to put more Divine Coronet on the board to have more 9 mana costs and you wish your 9 mana costs don't die faster. But 9 mana cost, you have very a lot of highest cost creature, highest health creature, so you have a chance. So in this deck, I tell you, if you want to try it, try it. But it's really hard to play it, and I don't give financial advisor or very game advice. I just give you some discover this some figure some deck I discover on GU deck that is in the top. So now let's see the budget deck number three. Budget deck number three, created by William PH97. That player is also ranked player number three. For the number of win, he got also 15 win on 18 match on last weekend tournament. Like you can see, that player have only played mid-range nader for a while. 77 win, 51 lose, 60.2 percentage of win rate. The cost of that deck is under $150 USD. Like you can see, is $129.82 USD. Let's see what we have inside of that beautiful mid-range nature deck. Marshwalker, creature, 1/4, cost 1 mana, regain 1. At the end of the turn, heal 1 health after the burn occur. So Marshwalker is really popular inside a lot of nature deck, including a lot of budget deck. It's really useful and popular and good. 1 mana cost, 4 health, and regain 1. Awesome. You boost that creature and you just kill the board. Next card, Pierce Shell Beetle. Creature 1/3, cost 1, regain 1. Creature damaged by this creature get burned +1. So the creature that get burned +1 gain 1 damage at the end of the turn before the regain occur. The regain gain 1 health at the end of the turn. Black Jaguar. Creature 3/3, cost 2, confuse. Have 50% chance to attack another valid target than your selected target. Regain 1. heal 1 health at the end of the turn after the burn occurs. Canopy Barrage. Spell. Cost 2. Deal 4 damage to a random enemy creature. Those 4 card is very popular in a lot of nature deck. Canopy Barrage is my favorite damage card spell to eliminate a 4 health creature easily and costs only 2 mana, faster to kill. Fey Flame Blade. Relic. 1 attack for durability. Costs 2 mana. Blitz can attack an enemy creature right away. Twin Strike can attack 2 enemy creatures right away. When enter the battlefield, target creature become confused. You select one is already confused in your side, or you select an enemy creature that become confused. Very useful because you can kill the creature that have 2 health or maybe 1 health remaining. Finian Fruit Bearer. Creature 2/2. Cost 2 mana. At the end of the turn, if you are frenzy, summon a 1 attack, 1 health Vibrant Fruit. That Vibrant Fruit creature, if the Vibrant Fruit die, the fruit give +1/+1 to the strongest creature you have on the board. What I find interesting is Flame Blade and Finian Fruit Bearer. They are both super popular inside of a lot of budget tech. Underbrush Boar. Creature 3/3. Cost 2 mana. Confuse. A 50% change 50 percentage of chance to attack another valid target than your target you selected. But at the end of the turn that Underbrush Boar is summoned, is attacking a random enemy creature as well. Powerful. Like a Blitz, but not Blitz. The second popular legendary card inside of a lot of budget deck and a lot of nature deck, Dagon the Down Wolf. Creature 1/3, cost 3 mana. Blitz, attack an enemy creature right away. Regain 2, heal 2 health at the end of the turn. The most interesting fact with Dagon the Down Wolf is after a creature is healed, you give +1/+1 to it. So when you play a lot of regain creature, the regain gain 1 health and gain +1/+1 after. Very useful and popular. Lightning Strike. Spell. Cost 3. Deal 6 damage to the strongest enemy creature. Lightning Strike is my popular damage spell inside of nature card and also a lot of budget deck. Very useful and powerful because kill a 6 health creature when is the strongest enemy creature. Make sure is the highest strength the creature have to kill it. Moonlight Charm. Relic. 0 attack, 3 durability. Cost 3 mana. Ability. Give +2/+2 to your strongest creature and remove run durability from this relic. Moonlight Charm is a very popular card inside of a lot of budget deck because it's boosting your strongest creature on the board when you have it on play. So Moonlight Charm is your boosting card instead of Guerrilla Training that boosts slowly, or maybe Sip from the Spring that boosts just a +2/+2 one time, or maybe the other card I use is um, Sudden Bloom, but it's there. Sudden Bloom is just over here. So you use Moonlight Charm to boost your creature. Nefarious Briar. Creature 3/4. Cost 4 mana. Regain 1 also. Powerful because it's regain 1 in this deck with Dagon the Dawn Wolf. When enter the battlefield, is remove 4 durability from your opponent relic. Nefarious Briar is a creature I use in a lot of nature deck and is also popular because it remove 4 durability from your opponent relic to defend yourself from your relic opponent. Wildfire. Spell. Cost 4. Deal 1 damage to each enemy creature, then give +1/+1 and regain 1 to each friendly wild creature. That wildfire is very popular inside of a lot of wild deck and is very powerful because you give regain one to all your wild creature and also +1/+1. So in case you boost them and you gave them regain one, so it's heal themselves at the end of the turn. And with that and the down wolf, you boost them another time. Warden Minotaur. Creature 4/5. Cost 5. Afterlife. When that creature die, you heal your god for 3 and also add a random 7 mana cost wild creature to your hand. That Veil Warden Minotaur is useful for heal but more to get a 7 mana cost wild creature in your hand. If it's randomly give, you don't care. You got 7 mana cost that you don't have in your deck. Next card, Vicious Manticore. Creature, 4/3, cost 5 mana. Blitz can attack an enemy creature right away. Overkill. The over damage is randomly split around enemy character. Can be the enemy god or the enemy creature. At the end of your turn, if you are Frenzy, you deal 3 damage to your opponent god as well. Manticore, Veil Warden Minotaur. Those two creatures is very popular inside of Wild deck. And Vicious Manticore is really a popular card in my head too. It's my favorite card because it deals 3 damage when you're Frenzy and more to the enemy god. Sudden Bloom, Spell, cost 6 mana. Give +4/+4 to a random friendly creature. If you're Frenzy, you also give it Overkill and Twin Strike. So in that case, you try to be Frenzy, you play Sudden Bloom. If it is give +4 to the creature you attack with, you don't care. You can attack a creature with it, and the Overkill do the overdamage everywhere. And after that, you have two Sudden Bloom in that deck, so it's very popular and useful inside of Nature deck because it's the best boosting card. Because when you're Frenzy, you give Overkill and Twin Strike. Feral Shapeshifter. Creature 4/4. Cost 4 mana. Island for 1 turn. So for 1 turn cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. When enter the battlefield, deal 1 damage to an enemy creature. Sword Basilisk. Creature 4/4. Cost 4 mana. When enter the battlefield, you remove sleep from target friendly creature. Remove 2 durability from your opponent relic. Sword Basilisk, I think you put it there for 4/4 that costs 4 mana, but also for remove 2 durability from your opponent relic also. Very useful to have a lot of remove durability versus War deck or Death card or any deck that have relic. Guild Enforcer, creature, 3/5, costs 5 mana. It's a front line, so the enemy god needs to attack the front line first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. And the Guild Enforcer has also have 1 armor. That means I have a damage reduction of 1. So what you see the power most used in that deck is Animal Bound. Cost 2 mana, summon 1 strength, 2 health badger with Confuse. The creator have 128 match, 60.2% of win rates. The overall is 58.5% of win rates and is 229 match. So for the budget deck number 3, I'm very proud to say that the deck that will try to use it or try to create it as well. So now let's talk about the budget deck number 2. Budget deck number 2. Like you can see, that player is ranked player number 3, Mepo 2000. That player is also on Twitch. I realized it recently. Is a mythic player that always talk correctly about budget and the game and good strategy. Changes deck for War deck. But in this beautiful last weekend tournament, the most played deck he have play is Aggro Deception. 100 to win, 62 lose, 62.2 percentage of win rate. The cost of the deck is more expensive than the other budget deck I mentioned earlier, but this one costs $404.99. Is not that bad for a 62.2 percentage of win rate on 164 match, but on 201 match a 58.7 percentage of win rate in the overall. So now let's see what we have inside of that beautiful deck that use the power of Feo Distraction. Deal 1 damage to a creature and give it item until the next turn. Cost 2 mana. That power is useful versus a guy that have frontline because when you put one frontline, you use Orfeo Distraction on that frontline. That frontline become item and you can attack the enemy elf. Now let's see the first card. Dark Knife. Spell. Cost 1. Give +3 strength to a friendly creature. Dark Knife is really a good, powerful, popular card inside of the Deception deck because that card costs only 1 mana to boost a card of a creature of 3 strength. Is the most popular spell I see this year at the moment. Makeshift Chief, Relic, 1 attack, 5 durability, cost 1 mana, God Blitz, Flank, can attack the enemy god right away or an enemy creature right away. Flank, when a creature attack a frontline first, let's say, all other flank can overpass the frontline after the first attack to attack the enemy god right away. That's a good strategy, but the God Blitz is useful to attack a creature faster or maybe attack an enemy god faster. But Makeshift Chief is also very popular this year on a lot of Deception deck. Needle Fang Chameleon. Creature 2/2. Cost 1. Item for 1 turn. Creature damaged by this creature gain burn +1. I figured out that creatures start to be popular this year in some different Deception deck. I figured out because his item for 1 turn is very useful because you can attack next turn a creature for sure, and this creature can die versus a random target creature or strongest creature if it's the only one, by example. Shadow of Lebanon, creature 1/1, costs only 1 mana. At the end of your turn, this creature gain item. At the start of your turn, this creature deal 1 damage to a opposing god. That's mean. Shadow of Lebanon. When you attack, let's say the enemy god, the turn you have it. At the end, become item, not targeted by spell, ability, or attack. Only in the next turn is attack. At the next turn you start, you deal 1 damage to the opening god after. Shadow of Lebanon is very popular card to inside of this from deck for is item at the end of the turn and 1 damage at the start of the turn. Very useful to deal that 1 damage at the start. Stone Skin Poison. Spell. Cost 1. Give order +3 and burn +2 to a creature. Stone Skin Poison is a very popular card inside of a lot of Deception deck because it gives order to a creature. The creature with order cannot attack or use ability, but also cannot be targeted by attack, cannot be attacked as well. But if you have a front line with order, the front line with order is not considered like on the field because the creature cannot attack it. The burn +2 deal 2 damage at the end of the turn before the regain. So that's something you need to think about it. Is very useful. Switch Duelist. Creature 3 strength, 1 health. Costs only 1 mana. Item for 1 turn. so only for one turn cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. At the end of each turn, you swap this creature's strength and health. That's mean at your turn 3 strength, 1 health. At the enemy turn, 1 strength, 3 health. That's mean when you boost his strength at your turn, you boost his health at the enemy turn. Switch Duelist is really a good creature to have because it's a little bit harder to kill when you boost his strength at your turn. Armor Lurker, creature, 3/1, costs 2 mana. Ident until its first attack. Armor 2, have a damage reduction of 2. After this creature loses Ident, remove 1 armor from it. So Ident is still Ident for until its first attack. So when is Ident cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. The good thing with this card, you can attack a 2 strength, 3 health creature without dying because you have a damage reduction of 2. Next time is attack, you have a damage reduction of 1. Think carefully, this card can be very popular and useful in this year. It's really good and is a lot in a lot of deception deck like Switch Duelist and Stone Skin Poison, sorry. Those those cards is very popular this year in deception deck. I don't know the price, but it can be really good to have, or maybe thinking to have. Assassin's Aim. Spell. Cost 2. Give +3 strength and -1 health to a friendly creature. At the end of the turn, give it Ident. That's mean you boost the strength to a creature and you -1 health. But when you finish attacking with that creature with the boosted strength, this creature become ident at the end of the turn. That means cannot be targeted by spell or ability or attack at the turn of the enemy. That's something is useful. It's also popular in a lot of deception deck this year. Heads or tails. Spell. Cost 2. Randomly, either both god take 4 damage, or just the opposing god take 3 damage. Heads or Tails is the card I mentioned on Maple 2000 last week as well. I found it really useful and interesting to have, but it's not yet popular because it's the same guy I talk about. Umber Arrow. Spell. Cost 2. Gain control of an enemy creature with strength or 2 or less until end of turn. Amber Arrow is very popular in a lot of deception deck because you gain control of an enemy creature with strength or 2 or less, and you can sacrifice it so you can make it attack the strongest enemy creature, kill both creature, or just kill the one you just controlled it. Lady Marcella. First legendary inside the deck. Creature 3/3. Cost 3 mana. When entering the battlefield, summon 2 Rogue Skulkers with Deadly. Afterlife, summon 2 Rogue Skulkers with Deadly for your opponent. Lady Marcella is really popular in a lot of deception deck, is really useful and correct, completely interesting because you have 2 deadly creature on your side when it's put on the field to defend yourself on the biggest monster. And at the end of the turn, at the end of the time when Lady Marcella die, maybe you summon 2 other deadly creature, but you don't have big beasts most of the time. Myric Keeper of the Many. Creature. 2/3. Cost 3. Ident. It's ident until its next attack, so it cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. After a friendly creature attack the opponent god, set this creature's strength to that creature's strength. So Merrick, of the Many, is the second legendary inside of the deck. This one is also a popular card in a lot of Deception deck because Mary, Keeper of the Many, gain the strength of the creature that attacked the enemy god. So with the Assassin's Aim or Dark Knife, you boost a creature, attack the enemy god, you boost the Mary, Keeper of the Many, and you re-attack the enemy god after. You just get you just double the damage. Surprise Delivery. Spell. Cost 3 mana. Summon 3/0 Strength 2 Elf Explosive Barrels for your opponent with burn 1. So deal 1 damage at the end of the turn before the regain. Order 10. And Afterlife, deal 2 damage to your god. So Surprise Delivery, you have two good effect that you want to do with that. First, you remove 3 slot of creature in the enemy side. So you just be happy because you don't have 6 creature of the enemy. You just have maximum 3 creature of the enemy you need to remove for 2 turn. The second part is when the surprise delivery die, add the maximum of 6 damage to the enemy god. So it's very useful because you remove enemy slot of the creature, enemy creature slot, and you deal damage at the end of the second turn. Surprise delivery is very popular in a lot of deception deck as well because, like I mentioned to you, remove 3 enemy creature slot and also deal 6 damage. Arms Dealer, creature, 3/3, cost 4 mana, Echo, item for 1 turn. So for 1 turn cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. At the end of your turn, expend 1 mana. If you do, give +1 strength to each friendly creature until the end of turn. That arms dealer is very powerful and I think is very popular in a lot of deception deck as well. Why? Because that arms dealer costs 4 mana for a 3/3, and after that costs 1 mana for a 1/1 that do the same effect. So if you have two arms dealer, at the start of the turn you expend for 2 mana and you give 2 strength to each friendly creature until the end of turn. So arms dealer is very powerful. Avatar of Deception. Creature, 4/4, cost 4, Iden. So that's mean this one is Iden until its first attack. When into the battlefield, a random enemy creature become confused. The confused creature have 50% of chance to attack a random valid target instead of your target you selected. That Avatar of Deception is a third legendary inside the deck. That's really a good, different mechanic. That's really a powerful mechanic to have. It's interesting. Uh, I can say it's very popular card because of the price. Pretro Mary Bandit. Creature, 1/1, cost 4 mana. When into the battlefield, summon 2 random 1 mana war creature, then give them item to each friendly creature. So that Pietro Muriel Bandit is very popular in a lot of Deception deck and also powerful because you summon 2 random 1 mana war, but also give them item completely when you summon it. So you try to cast the Pietro Muriel Bandit at the end of the turn after attacking the enemy god. Pyramid Warden. Creature. 2/6. Cost 2 mana. Frontline. That frontline make the enemy god mandatory to attack the frontline first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. When this Pyramid Warden die, your opponent summon a random creature from their board. Pyramid Warden is popular in a lot of deck, is very popular in a lot of deck because I see it in several deck that is 300, 400, 200 can be very popular and good Pyramid Warden is very powerful for a 6L that costs only 2 mana, so I suggest you maybe to see how its cost is really something you can use in several decks. Feral Shapeshifter, creature, 4/4, costs 4 mana, island for 1 turn. That means for 1 turn cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. When enter the battlefield, deal 1 damage to the selected enemy creature. Feral Shapeshifter is really another popular card inside of a lot of deck because it deals 1 damage and is island. A powerful card because it deals 1 damage also to a creature. Little Prowler, creature, 5/5, costs 5 mana, can't attack, but once per turn, after another friendly creature attack and the target survive, this creature also attack that target. So Little Prowler is very powerful because when you attack the enemy god and the enemy god survive, Little Prowler attack it as well. So like I say to you, the creator have 62.2% of win rate, so that's really a good win rate percentage. And the overall is 58.7% of win rate. So that's really an awesome deck for a budget deck, $400, $404 USD. So now let's talk about the budget deck number one. Budget deck number one. The best budget deck I figured out for you. Maybe it's the most expensive deck, but it's created by one guy that I found really interesting to look at it. Is Daddyuuuu, ID 4350521. That player have won 16 match on last weekend tournament, so is ranked player number 2. And what it play most of the time is mid-range nature. The mid-range nature is 158 win, 98 lose, 61.7% of win rate. The cost of the deck, like I say to you, is high, is like a mid-range, mid-investment deck, not a budget deck, but mid-investment budget, because it's costing $645.52 USD, but you can remove some costing card, I think so. So now let's see what we have inside the deck. Marsh Walker, creature, 1/4, cost 1 mana, regen 1. That Marsh Walker heal at the end of the turn, 1 elf. Is also a most popular card inside of a lot of nature deck. Marshwalker is not that expensive, just to let you know. So is you have some card like Blade of White Plane is expensive, Dagon the Dawn Wolf, Evner Grimshock is $5, can be expensive. I need to verify other card. Maybe Druid of the Cycle can be expensive. Need to verify each card. So Marshwalker costs 24 cents, like you can see. Pure Shell Battle is a creature. We gain 1. Damage a creature. A creature damaged by this creature get burned +1. So that creature is very popular in a lot of budget deck also. Is Regen 1, so heal 1 at the end of the turn. But the most interesting fact is give burn to the enemy that was damaged by that creature. Black Jaguar, creature, 3/3, costs 2 mana. Confuse. A 50% of chance to attack another valid target than the one you selected. Regain 1. Heal 1 L at the end of the turn. At the moment I try to figure out which card is expensive. Canopy Barrage. Spell. Costs 2 mana. deal 4 damage to a random enemy creature. That card is very powerful because it can kill hidden creature or other creature as well. Next card, Relic. 1 attack, 4 durability. Cost 2. Blitz. Can attack the enemy creature right away. Twin Strike. Can attack 2 times 2 different creature or 2 times the same creature. When enter the battlefield, target creature become confused. Select the one that is already confused or select an enemy creature that become confused and that become helpful. Finian Fruit Bearer. Creature 2/2. Cost 2. At the end of your turn, if you are frenzy, summon a 1/1 Vibrant Fruit. The Vibrant Fruit is a 1/1 that costs 1 mana usually, but is afterlife when this creature die, it gives your strongest creature +1/+1. That is very powerful. Underbrush Boar. Creature 3/3. Cost 2. Confuse. At the end of your turn, Underbush Boar is summoned. Attack a random enemy creature. Underbush Boar is really expensive, $43 for a rare card. Now you can see rare, common, or legendary doesn't matter. If it's really useful or popular, become expensive. So like you can see, Uh, you have 10,831 meteorite copies of this card, 590 shadow, 95 gold, and 15 diamond at the moment. Spatial style, creature, 3/3, cost 3, blast. You select between 3 different blast cards that give you some favor or affect the symptom. After you play your first creature each turn, including the turn that you summon that social stag, because it's excluding this creature. So in a case you pay 3 mana and let's say 1 mana for Marshwalker, you add random nature card to your hand. The random nature card can be another legendary that you already have in your deck, or can be a card that you never have in your deck. Dagon the Dawn Wolf, my favorite second legendary card. Lyphinian Beaver is a very popular legendary card. Dagon the Dawn Wolf is a second legendary popular card. So this creature is a 1/3 that costs 3 mana. Blitz, so can attack an enemy creature right away. Regain 2, heal 2 health at the end of the turn. After a creature is ill, you give +1/+1 to it. So that's his real powerful card. First, Hard Triad. Creature 2/3. Cost 3. Echo. After a friendly creature attack, heal it for 2. Echo. You gain another creature same than that one, but is costing 1 mana. Do the same effect, but is a 1/1. That is very popular and powerful. I love it that deck. Lightning Strike. Spell. Costs 3 mana. Deal 6 damage to the strongest enemy creature. That is very popular because if the strongest enemy creature is Iden, Order, in a case it is touch and die. Druid of the Cycle. Creature 3/4. Costs 4 mana. Echo. When enter the battlefield, remove a card in any void and add a 1/4 injured sprout to your hand with regain 1. And after this creature is summoned, it takes 3 damage. So you get this card. Regain 1 after this creature is summoned, it takes 3 damage. So Druid of the Cycle can be very useful because you remove from the game a card in any void. So you can remove the Anubian effect card. Nefarious Briar, creature, 3/4, cost 4, regain 1. When enter the battlefield, remove 4 durability from your opponent relic. That is very popular in a lot of nature deck. Forest Dryad is the first time I see it. Dagon the Down Wolf is very popular. Underbrush Brar 2, but it's very expensive. Wildfire. That card is also popular in a lot of wild deck. That spell costs 4 mana, deal 1 damage to each enemy creature, and give also +1/+1 and regain +1 to each of your friendly wild creature. So that is really a powerful, awesome card. Veil Warden Minotaur. Creature 4/5, costs 5 mana. Afterlife. When this creature die, you heal your god for 3 health, but you also add a random 7 mana cost wild creature to your hand. So the Veil Warden Minotaur is a very powerful card, popular in a lot of nature deck. Evner Grimchak, third legendary in Sav's deck. The less expensive legendary, but is very interesting to have, because that creature is a 5/5 that costs 8 mana, but confuse. So in case a 50 percentage of chance to attack another creature or enemy god instead of the one you selected. But at front line, overkill. Frontline. The enemy god needs to attack the front line first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. Overkill. The over damage is randomly split around enemy character, so enemy creature or enemy god. You have also ward, so the first spell ability is revoke. When is entered the battlefield, that's the powerful effect of the legendary. You gain +1/+1 for each wild creature in your void. So when you summon the Sprout, you don't care if it's dead. If the Grimchak come back for revenge you. So in that case, Druid of Cycle, you remove a card from the game, but you don't care if the injured Sprout die, because the injured Sprout is a wild creature. Oh, so the Amazon summon a wild creature, make you summon a wild creature. And for the 3 card we have inside the neutral, Feral Shapeshifter, creature, 4/4, cost 4 mana, item for 1 turn. That means cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack for 1 turn. When enter the battlefield, deal 1 damage to an enemy creature you select. That is very powerful and popular card inside a lot of decks. Blade of White Plane, creature, 3/3, cost 5 mana. Once per turn, after a weaker enemy creature is destroyed, draw a card. When enter the battlefield, destroy an enemy creature with strength or 3 or less. Like you can figure it out, Blade of White Plane is the most expensive card inside of that deck, $266.77 USD, after Underbush Bar. But if you look, is Verdict. So Verdict is an old extension, start to be old, like Underbush Roar is Genesis. A bit interesting. So now the next card is Guild Enforcer, creature, 3/5, just 5 mana, frontline. That creature is frontline, so the enemy god needs to attack the front line first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. The most interesting fact with Guild Enforcer that is very popular in a lot of deck is the Armor 1 that have damage reduction of 1. Not a core card, but real order card. Very powerful. The power used for Daddyuuuu is Animal Bound. Summon a 1 attack 2 Elf Badger with Confuse that costs 2 mana. Like you can see, you have 4 1 mana, 8 2 mana, 5 3 mana, 6 4 mana, 6 5 mana, and 1 7 mana cost or more. So in the case you have no Grimchak. So the creator have 256 match, 61.7% of win rate. The overall is 417 match and is 59.7% of win rate. So that min range nature deck is one of my favorite, but is very expensive. So now let's go with a little conclusion. Thank you for watching Forbidden God channel. I wish you have learned some interesting budget deck in this video this week, like a very low cost budget deck at $20 at 52.4% of win rate in the overall. A very good, two interesting deck in number 4 and number 3 that is under 200 and $500, 57% of win rate and 52% of win rate. And you have the most expensive card deck inside of that video, the number 2 and the number 1 card under $450 and the other one is under $650. So like you can see, I've talked about the lowest budget deck, a little bit budget deck, and a very mid-range budget deck in this video. So I wish you to have a wonderful week in good luck in the God Unchained next weekend tournament because Ben of the World will be the very goal of everybody. Get the extension card of that beautiful extension. This weekend tournament will be for Ben of the World. So now see you next video and have fun.